Hey everybody, this is Jay, and it's been a while since I've been on here doing these videos. I was on another page dealing with unemployment and stimulus, but now that that's pretty much under wraps, I am able to come back and focus more on doing these videos again. So, after the intro, we will come back and we will talk about this subject.
This is dedicated to all those who try to oppose me. Shop a devil, try to fuck me when the wind blows. Nobody gives about your shit except you, so don't let these niggas steal your soul, and yo, your shit is true. That's why my lyrics took a turn to burn, with a tag on the stone, no retreat, no return. I could have been a pussy, let the lyrics be commercial, or let my shit be passe or universal.
Hey everybody, like I said, my name is Jay, and I'm going to talk about something that is very subliminal and irritating at the same time. I don't know if you've really ever noticed this. Even in the 19th century, when film was being made, there were movies that were being made where a majority person, you don't know what I mean by majority, go look at my first Black History video and it will explain who I'm talking about when I say majority. There has always been a majority person, normally a woman, sometimes a man, where they go into the area with the natives, the uncontrollable, uncouth natives, and they teach them how to become rightful citizens in society. It's been going on for decades. I will be talking about this, and you will notice that I will vent out, or my video will vent out of me, and I will just start showing you different clips of movies that has this type of genre to it. And the name of the genre, this is not a name used in public, okay? But the name of the genre is Savior Cinema. And Savior Cinema is where, like I said, a majority person, normally woman, sometimes man, goes and teaches the uncontrollable natives, normally blacks and Hispanics, how to be represented as normal people in actual society. We have all kinds of movies that deal with this. This, to me, seems to be a very big problem, because one thing that the majority is good for is stroking its own ego. They like to make everyone think they are the best at what they do. So they constantly make these movies as a way to stroke their majority ego and to show that they can teach the uncouth, ignorant natives how to be reproductive people in society. Problem with this is that there are a lot of people of color, not just necessarily black, but a lot of people of color who are very intelligent, very smart. They have very good grammar. Their character is very positive. They're distinguished in some places. But these movies seem to try to tell society that our people is out of control and that we lack the skills necessary to fit in amongst other society or amongst the general society. One of the things that really irritates me is on how even the majority still thinks that today. There's a senator who made a point about this during the stimulus relief bill, the 1.9 trillion stimulus relief bill that just got passed. He had made a mention on how black people don't seem to understand or agree with the family structure. His remark was so racist and so out of place. A black senator had to change her whole format on what she was going to talk to address and check him. And then she got a standing ovation after she checked him by the Democratic Party, whites and blacks, because not everybody believes in that caveman way of racial thinking. He is the reason why Savior Cinema is still a big thing now. Just like with Sandra Bullock and The Upside and Michelle Pfeiffer, you know, with the movie she did. There is a lot of different movies where a majority person comes into an area and try to save the natives. Now, as far as I know, there's only 2 movies where a black person actually came in and taught his people how to be productive members of society. The crazy thing about that is that it always seems to relate to sport. Denzel Washington, who basically had to teach his players how to stop the racial divide within themselves, which in turn was a ripple effect to the people outside in society. And then you have The Rock with Exhibit, with Gridiron Gang. Basically was another sports movie teaching the people how to blend in with society. You always had somebody who was in the hood who just couldn't seem to get their stuff right. But at least with these, it was one of our own trying to teach our own how to be productive people. It wasn't someone from the majority trying to show us what it takes to be good people in society. I want everybody to start paying attention to the type of movies that have been coming out. And even backtrack and start looking at some of the movies that already has come out to show about that savior cinema thing going on. It's not fair that one race actually thinks that they are so above everybody that they have to turn around and make TV shows, movies, commercials, pictures or whatever, where they have to step in and teach us how to be respectful people in society. We're not respectful already. We can't be taught how to be respectful until one of them come in and teaches us how to be respectful. One of the things that irritates me about my people is we're too forgiving. We're too forgiving and we're too understanding and we're too willing to let others do for us. Instead of us doing for us, we are willing to let somebody else do for us. We need to stop letting the majority think that in order to represent us, someone from their point of view has to represent us. Know how back in the 90s and the early 2000s, where it was always preached about black owned, going to your neighborhoods, on your own, sell your own to your own. Well, we already know why that is a big problem. And if you don't know, I did a video before about the credit system and how the credit system keeps us from getting the piece of the pie that everybody else is allowed to get. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then go back to my video about the credit system, and it will tell you everything you need to know on why sometimes it's hard for us to get black owned, to do black owned. Okay, so what do we do about this? How do we solve this? First and foremost, you can only hurt a person this day and age in their pocket. Okay, you can say whatever you want, protest or do whatever you think you have to do, and they don't care, because as long as they're still making that money from you, it's business as usual. Save your cinema. Don't go see it. I don't care who the hell is in it. Don't go see it. See, you got to remember something. In our economy, the black consumer outweighs every other race of consumer by 70%. 70% of all purchases is made by the black consumer. It's already been documented. Outside of goods and services that are at a higher plateau, meaning more expensive cars, more expensive houses, more expensive foods, and stuff like that. Outside of that, we are noted to spend 70% of our paycheck into society. So if we don't entertain what they're doing and we hurt their pockets, they can't keep doing this stuff to us. Don't go to the movies and see that savior cinema. If a majority person has to go and teach the natives, then why would you, as a so-called native to them, go pay to see what this majority person is doing for you? Don't go to the movies. It's just that simple. Change comes when you hurt their pockets. And that's the only way change comes. We've tried everything else, up including riots. But the problem with that is we riot in our neighborhood. We don't go in their neighborhood and riot. So we don't hurt them. And I'm not suggesting as far as riots. I'm just saying everything that we have done so far to try to get our voices heard. The only way to truly have your voice heard is to hurt their pockets. You don't go to the movies. I'll give you a perfect example. Before I knew about Mike Lindell, I swore about my pillows. I had 2 of them. They were the only pillows that I was able to buy that stopped my neck pain. Notice I said I had 2 pillows, because the moment I saw that he was a Trump supporter, I threw those pillows away and just went and bought 2 more pillows. Don't consume for the majority who is against you. Now, I've had those pillows for years after this incident happened, so I could not return them to get my money back. I was in the process of getting ready to get his sheets and his topper. I'm not getting those now. I will get my sheets from somewhere else, and I will find another cooling product for my memory mattress, but I will never buy anything else from him. You get enough people that do that and you hurt his pockets, he changes the way he feels. You have to hurt the pockets in order for somebody to listen to you. Basically, that's what we talked about as far as save your sentiment. Don't go to the movies and see these movies if they come out. If you stop going to the movies, they'll stop making these movies. So, until then, I don't know what my next video is going to be, but it will be on here within a week. So, to everybody out there, be safe and try not to catch COVID, and I will see you in the next video.